All right, here we are in Proverbs 28, and like the 27 previous videos, we're going to look at a few verses, and this time we're going to start with verse 9. It says, if one turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. And what this is really talking about is if you're not going to listen to God, then how can you reasonably expect God to listen to you? Like if you're gonna disobey God, like how can you pray to God, and maybe have him pray for deliverance from whatever it is? Like, I broke the law and it got me into this trouble, God, please help me get out of this. Like, that expectation is completely asinine. And this even tells us that prayer is an abomination, and that's strong words. Now God is ultimately, he's merciful, gracious, slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love. But don't use God as your get out of jail free card, because you've taken the wrong perspective when it comes to God. He deserves so much more than that. He deserves all of our love, respect, adoration, our worship. So don't minimize him down to a get out of jail free card. And remember that he knows the heart. He absolutely knows the heart. So let's look at another one. Let's look at verse 13. It says, whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. Now, confession is good for the soul. And let me just say this, that God's default response to confession is mercy. It's absolutely mercy. And God already knows. So, if I've done something wrong, God already knows that I've done something wrong. It's not like I slipped off camera and I did something and he didn't see it. He already knows. And so, when I come to him with confession, when I come to him with a repentant heart, and it's got to be just earnest repentance too. It can't just be like, whoop, sorry about that, big guy. No. That's, again, he sees the heart. So if I come to him with just repentance and I lament over what I've done, he'll show me mercy, and he'll show you mercy. That is his default response to earnest repentance, to earnest confession. So keep that in mind. It's good. It's really good for the soul. There's this release that comes with that. There's this release that comes with repenting and asking for forgiveness and just confessing your wrongdoings. So don't be scared of that. Don't be scared of that. Now let's look at another one. Look at verse 19. It says, whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits will have plenty of poverty. And this is just another proverb talking about the lazy person. This is the person, this time the lazy person, they're following worthless pursuits. They're chasing butterflies, doing whatever. Not that that's a worthless pursuit. If you collect butterflies, my sincere apologies. But it's just talking about the person they're following these worthless pursuits rather than just working. They're doing XYZ, and it's not getting them anywhere. And so, the person that works hard, they work their land, they're going to have plenty of bread, but the person that works hard, they're going to have plenty too, plenty of poverty. It's funny. So laugh. All right, let's look at one more. Let's look at 21. There's been a couple Proverbs about this. We haven't talked about it, so maybe we talk about this one. 21 says, to show partiality is not good, but for a piece of bread a man will do wrong. And Proverbs is pretty clear that to be partial it's not good. It's not good to show partiality, be it in business or in wherever and you can show partiality in every arena of life, really. But Proverbs is very clear that partiality, no good. Don't show partiality. Treat everyone the same. And you might say, well, what about my family? My family, I should treat them the same as my enemies. Love your enemies. Obviously this is going to come up to your, this is up to your discretion. And the areas of your life where you may be partial to, a certain people or a certain person, as opposed to other people. So the Proverbs way, the way of wisdom, is to not show partiality, but again, to love everyone and treat everyone the same. So I think this is something that we all struggle with at some point in our lives, and at different times too. I think it just naturally occurs within us, and it's just something that we have to always work on. And yeah, so Proverbs 28. Thank you for watching. I hope it's been fruitful, and we'll see you in the next video.